guys doing? This is going to be one of the fastest lives I have ever done. So y'all look, 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. And so those of you that are new to me, welcome, welcome, welcome to my space. My name is Beverly Walthour. I am a business strategist for Christian female coaches who want to create more income and more impact without compromising their Christian values. I'm also a TV and radio show host. So we film and record the TV and radio show here in Atlanta, GA. And so, like I said, this is going to be a quick live. So mark my words, 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. I don't want to keep about 15 minutes. And so I wanted to ask this question. I wanted to have this quick conversation because some of you guys, your revenue goal and your call to actions are not lining up. Hey, Valencia. Hey. So what you guys are saying that you want, what you guys are saying that you desire is not lining up. So we need to have a conversation so we can get this stuff into alignment. So those of you that are like, hey, Bev, I want to generate X, Y, Z. So say, for instance, over the next 90 days, hey, Liz, hey, Doc, say over the next 90 days, your revenue goal is $60,000, right? Say that that's your revenue goal for the next 90 days. My thing is, you want to make sure that we're just not randomly just selecting a revenue goal just out of the clear blue. And two, we want to make sure that the call to actions that we have in our content is in alignment with the revenue goal. So this is what I mean. So I shared this a little bit earlier on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, check your girl out over there. So I'm going to share with you guys. So up on my wall up here, I have my whiteboard with my revenue goals for September, let me rephrase that, my goals for September. And so, of course, I start with my revenue goal. So you guys know revenue goal. You start with your revenue goal, right? And so a lot of times what we'll do, we'll have our revenue goal. I encourage you guys to then break it down and ask yourself, okay, well, how many people would I need to enroll in my program in order for me to hit my revenue goal? Right. And I always say, do the fastest path first. So what would be that program or that offer that would help you to hit your revenue goal first? So I say, focus on that one first, fill that one first, and then move to the next one if there's a next thing that you need to offer. So when I look at my wall and my goals, once again, I see the programs that I want to enroll people in. I see how many people I want to have in each program and at what price point. And then it's totaled up, right? So once again, I call this reverse engineering. So this is my background in education. So I start with the end in mind. I know what my revenue goal is for September. Like I said, then I go through and I break it down and say, okay, this is the number of people that I want an XYZ program at this particular price point. And then I have that total, right? Now, this is where some people stop. Like some people stop there. But you guys, there are other steps to this thing. So the next thing you want to ask yourself is how? How am I going to enroll 5 people into my $10,000 program? Say, for instance, that's what you're looking to do. So, once again, you want to generate $50,000. Oh, so what did I say? What was the example I gave? I gave $60,000. I can't remember what I said. $60,000 in the next 90 days. Let's use that as an example. So we have that. So you want to say over the next 3 months, you want to generate $60,000. So we'll break that down and say, okay, you want to do $20,000 each month for the next 3 months. And then once again, say, for instance, you have a $5,000 offer. So if you're saying that now this $5,000 offer, I want to do $20,000. So that means you need to enroll 4? Y'all help me with my math. I hadn't taught in the class in about 5 years. So, you want to get 4 people enrolled each time. Now that's a lot of people. You're going to end up with 12 people, unless you do a group program or whatever. But if you can handle 12, that's 12, right? And a lot of us leave it there. But now the next question you need to ask yourself is, what am I going to do? What are the strategies that I'm going to use in order for me to enroll these 4 people a month? Like, don't just stop with you need the X number of people at X amount. Now you need to ask yourself, how am I going to enroll? What strategies am I going to use to enroll? Okay. And so once again, then you start brainstorming your list. So I'll use myself as an example. So like I said, I talked about this a little bit earlier on Instagram. So part of my marketing strategy for the month of September, for the next 3 months, is to utilize Clubhouse more. So I have a Clubhouse account. I got on Clubhouse back in March and kind of got off of it back in June. And now I'm like, okay, I want to go ahead and leverage Clubhouse. So part of me leveraging Clubhouse, I also knew that I needed to up my Instagram game as well because they're connected to each other. And so I'm like, hey, if I'm going to start showing up on Clubhouse, then I want to make sure that my content on Instagram reflects what it is that I'm doing, what it is that I say that I'm doing, what I have in my bio, all of that stuff. And so I said, okay, there's some things that I'm going to need to do, some stuff I'm going to have to revamp on my Instagram page. So if you notice, like the last 5 or 6, might even be 7 posts now, like the engagement on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this stuff right here. All because I was really intentional about having a strategy. Like I said, I didn't just say, hey, I'm just going to get on Clubhouse. You have to have a strategy to anything that you do. Like getting on Clubhouse is a tactic. What's the strategy behind it? So if I'm going to leverage Clubhouse, one, I need to leverage my room. So I'm in my club. I have a club, but I'm going to also leverage other people's rooms, other people's clubs. You see what I'm saying? You need to have a strategy. So what is the strategy behind me leveraging my room, my club, in other people's rooms? So the tactic is to leverage Clubhouse. The tactic is to leverage my club in my room. But what's the strategy? What are you going to do? So you want to make sure that you not only just have tactics. The tactics is the what. The strategy is the how. Like, how are you going to actually do it? What's going to be that your process or your procedure behind the scenes? What do you desire to be that outcome? You see what I'm saying? So don't just say, I'm going to get on Clubhouse. What's the strategy? What are you going to do? Clubhouse is the tactic. What's the strategy? So like I said, okay, yes, I'm going to leverage my club. I'm going to have X titles, so I'm going to have these titles. I'm going to go live, on Clubhouse in my club, X number of days. So once again, break that stuff down. Break your how down. The same thing. How am I going to leverage other people's rooms? Once again, what's going to be my strategy? What types of rooms am I going to go into? How long am I going to be in the room? What am I going to do once I get into the room? I'm not just getting in the room to consume. That's not a strategy. That is not a strategy when it comes to me hitting my revenue goal. That's not the strategy. That's not the strategy. If you're going to leverage Clubhouse, then what you want to do is make sure that you have a strategy. Now, Doc, my thing is, if you're going to leverage Clubhouse, and once again, with your credentials, Doc, you can easily start your own wellness club. And then once again, start your rooms where you're talking about health and wellness. Once again, it's coming from a doctor. Once again, a medical doctor. And so if you're going to do it, my thing is, Doc, you want to be consistent with it. Choose a day and time where you can show up there consistently. And then also leverage other rooms that are in there. So if you're going to leverage these other rooms, and this goes for everyone, this is the strategy. If you're going to leverage these other rooms, you want to go into rooms that will have your ideal people in there, that have your ideal topics, the things that you would discuss. Get in there, listen for a bit, then use that raise hand feature, provide some feedback, because they'll say, hey, does anyone have any questions or anything they want to add to the conversation? Get up there and do your intro, tell people what it is you do, who it is you serve, add your little 2 cents in there. For you, Doc, because your doctor is going to be 10 cents, that type of thing. So if you're going to leverage it, I mean, it's a nice place for you to be, but you have to carve out the time. Don't get sucked up in there, spending 5, 6, 20 hours over there on Clubhouse, and you just walked away with a bunch of information, but you don't walk away with connections. You don't walk away with people in your inbox over there, either in the back channel on Clubhouse or over there on Instagram. You should have increased followers, all of that stuff. You want to make sure that you leverage that, because you want to turn that into paid clients. That is the purpose. That is the point blank, period. I don't care what people say. You just go in there to give value. That's a bunch of baloney. Because as an entrepreneur, you know how valuable your time is. So yes, you go and give value just like you do all the other platforms. But in exchange for that, your goal is to sign clients from there, period. I've signed clients from Clubhouse. So if you're going to leverage it correctly. Okay. So like I said, have that strategy. So I know that Clubhouse and Instagram are connected. So my strategy with that is to also make sure that my Instagram is on point, making sure my content is there. So like I said, if you go back and look at the past couple of days of me being on Instagram, you will notice a shift in my Instagram. And that is because, like I said, if I'm showing up on these stages, people are inviting me to go up there and moderate and all that stuff. I want to make sure that my Instagram is reflective of what it is that I'm currently promoting. I want it to be reflective of me as the expert, so that those people who don't know me over there, they can go through and consume that information on Instagram as well, to have that fuller picture of who I am, that type of thing. So let me know, you guys, if that's making sense. So once again, break your strategies down. You want to make sure that you have a strategy behind whatever tactic you want to implement. So make sure you're not just wasting time over there. Also, like I said, so once again, I'm looking at my board. If you're going to email your list, then you need to have a strategy. Hey, I'm going to email my list once a week. This first week of the month, I'm going to talk about X. The call to action is going to be Y, because once again, you want it to align with your revenue goal. Week 2 of the month, I'm going to email my list about X. The call to action is going to be Y. You see what I'm saying? So each week, Plan it out. Some of you guys are doing stuff on the fly and it's not working. You need to be more strategic in what it is that you're doing. God is strategic. If God needs to be strategic, so do you. So do you. Yep. So Doc says, so just start a room like you would do a live. Yes. So in the powerful piece is, of course, it's just audio. So once again, Doc, if you do a room, you may say something like the top 3 ways to eliminate stress or something like that. I like to call out my ideal client. So you would say, hey, professional women, the top 3 ways to eliminate stress. Something like that. So call out who your ideal client is in the title. You do have limited characters, so keep that in mind. But yeah, and you just start a room. And so once again, it may be when you first get on there, because people don't know you, it may just be you in there having a conversation. But my thing is, if you don't have people that's joining in on there, that's fine. You have to get the practice. You have to build up. So once again, if nobody joins you that day, then boom, do the same room again with the same title tomorrow until people start joining you. That type of thing. Because some people feel like, okay, but I don't have at least 20 people in there, I'm not doing a room. No, you can do a room with you and one other person. Like that type of thing. And so, like I said, if you're going to email your list, be strategic and have a strategy about, how often you're going to email your list, what you're going to email them about, what the call to action is. The same thing. When you do these lives, what's your call to action? Your call to action should tie back to your revenue goal. So once again, if you have a goal of enrolling people in your program, so the same thing, Doc, you've just spent time in that room giving value. So invite them to work with you. And a lot of times we automatically default to the free stuff. We have to stop doing that. You can promote your paid services. So if you have a workshop coming up, Doc, promote the workshop. Let people know, hey, this is one of the things that we're going to go into more detail with my workshop. The workshop is on XYZ day. So make sure your profile is optimized or your bio is optimized. So you want to make sure that you do that. So like I said, make sure that you have a strategy. Make sure that strategy, your call to action, ties back to your revenue goals. So once again, Bev, what do you mean by that? Just like with what I just said. So once again, if you have a goal to get a certain number of people into your program, your membership, your academy, your whatever it is, your one-on-one, you need to make sure that you have calls to actions that are in alignment with that. It's not just, hey, go join my Facebook group. Some of you guys, that's the only call to action you have is to join your Facebook group. And then once they get over there, there's nothing over there. Or, hey, download my freebie. That's always your call to action. But once again, there's nothing else there. And you don't have a nurture sequence that goes on after they get on your list. So that's a wasted space. So you want to make sure that your call to action is in alignment with your revenue goal. So if your revenue goal is to get 5 people into your program, make sure that you have call to actions that invite people to join your programs. You guys, we have to be more confident and bold with our ask. So whatever it is that you're asking for, whatever it is that you're believing for when it comes to your revenue goal, be more intentional with your ask. If you want people in your program, you just spent time pouring out either in a post or in a live or an audio or an email, and in exchange for that value you just gave, you're asking them to now do something. Join your program, schedule a call, whatever it is. But we have to get bolder in our ask, especially the ask that's in alignment with your revenue goal. So you guys, I'm telling you, you be intentional. If you don't pull anything else out of this conversation, be intentional about what it is that you're doing. So each day, think about the task that you're doing each day in your business. Ask yourself, how does this tie back to my revenue goal? How is this going to move me toward my revenue goal? If the answer is it doesn't move me toward my revenue goal, then stop it. So somebody, if you saw my message a little bit earlier on my personal page on Facebook, somebody was like, hey, Bev, I was just in Canva and I started laughing and got out of there because I heard your voice. Because once again, that activity that you're doing right now, is it leading you to your revenue goal? How is it going to help you to hit your revenue goal? If it doesn't, go out there and do something, do a live, send an email to your list, talk to some people in Messenger. My thing is, and I always say this, make the money and then pay somebody else to do that stuff. Or do your revenue generation stuff first, and then you can go behind the scenes and do that other stuff if you don't have people to do it for you. But some of us, we got our stuff twisted. You keep saying that you don't have enough time. You do have enough time. It's what are you spending your time with? Doc, you know me. You know I got to act up every once in a while. But you guys, I'm telling you, spend that first part of your day doing your revenue generation stuff first. And then if you don't have anybody on your team to help you, then you can do that other stuff. But at least you know you did things today that was going to bring revenue into your business. And like I said, when the money comes in, then you hire somebody over there in Canva to do all of that stuff. Because like I said, I said something over there on Instagram. I was like, some of that stuff y'all putting out here that y'all did in Canva, y'all could have kept it in Canva. I'm just saying. All right, you guys, I said 15 minutes max. And so you guys, I just wanted to hop on here and share this with you guys. Please make sure, like I said, if your goal is 50,000, 30,000, whatever, in the next 90 days, we have to be more intentional about what it is that we're doing. We have to be more strategic with what it is that we're doing on a daily basis, even down to your call to action. Your call to action needs to align with whatever your revenue goal is. So you have to pay attention to what it is that you are doing. Boom. I told you guys I was going to do this and I did it. Once again, this was just a quick live to get you guys to think about what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it. If it's not tying back to your revenue goal, if it's not moving you back to your revenue goal, then we need to cut it. We need to cut it. Period, point blank. Okay, you guys, that's all that I have for you guys. Of course, if you want to know how I may be able to support you in your coaching business, just send me a message. We can have a conversation. Okay. All right, you guys, I pray you have an absolutely amazing rest to your day. Yes. I love it. Boom. Make it work. All right. Okay, I love that, Doc. I love it. Okay, you guys, like I said, thank you so much for hopping on this quick live. Some of you guys like, Dad, what's wrong with you? Look, I told you at the very beginning. So you guys, yes, I told y'all. Did I tell y'all? I told you at the very beginning. Yes. Exactly. That's the thing right there. You guys, you want to make sure that it makes sense. You want to make sure that it's in alignment with what it is that you're doing. Securing the bag. Point blank, period. Hey, Cassandra. Okay, you guys, that's all I got. Okay. So you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Once again, if you have specific questions for me, feel free, reach out to me. All right, you guys, I will see you on the other side of this live. Take care.